When this nail went in...
How many gods do you have? How many gods do you have?
What was Iraq actually hiding? There's a
Yeah, talking about Stargate, the TV series, I think this guy took it a little too seriously.
theory that the U.S. stayed in Iraq for over a decade after it was liberated. Not because of oil, but something way more powerful. In the 1920s, a British explorer discovered what was rumored to be the oldest known Stargate in the world, a device that's essentially able to take people across interstellar distances instantly. It was located at what is known today as the Great Ziggurat. However, in the 1980s, Saddam Hussein fortified the ancient complex in an attempt to keep explorers from seeing what was hidden inside. Furthermore, strange ancient technology has been seen coming out of the Great...
I'm just going to leave it there.
He thinks sunlight itself proves a flat Earth.
I just want to make a quick video called Sunlight Proves Reality.
This is Cy Mandan. He's a flat Earth debunker, and there's other ones that like MC Toon and Fight the Flat Earth and others. But this is probably a clip from his channel.
Okay, so somebody will show me a drawing like this. They'll say, okay, look at the huge sun. It's way bigger than the Earth. And then they'll triangulate it down to the Earth and say, oh, look, you can see around the corner. So the sun's much bigger than the Earth. Let's see if that's possible in reality.
They show concepts to make them easier to understand.
Okay, so here's the sun, twice as big as the Earth. And as you can see around the corner. Here's the corner. You can see around the corner, no problem. Because the sun is way bigger than the Earth.
But even Anthony must know, this is not how close the sun is to the Earth in reality.
We're about 40 feet away. And look, now we got a solid line.
Hang on. So you've just showed exactly how it can work. I mean, the scale is still off, of course, but it's a much better attempt.
The sun is smaller than the Earth now. Even though the sun is bigger down there, it's still smaller prospectively. So it can't light up the side of the globe anymore, obviously.
Due to the huge distance to the sun, even though it is so big, it has an angular size here on Earth when we're viewing it of around ½ a degree. However, the sun is a lot bigger than Earth, but you've got to try and think about how the sun emits its light. The light, of course, is emitted in all directions. Now imagine a giant sphere of sunlight constantly being emitted by the sun. You put the Earth in the way of that, and only half of it is going to be lit.
Perspective.
Wow! The land of make-believe!
Their version
Listen
of
to
comedy.
this retired Delta Airlines pilot of more than 30 years experience.
Top 10 things they don't.
Epstein's.
I mean, the news is like...
This film crew...
I just read online that some...
It was captured on video by Rebel News.
In the instant of
It was captured on video by Rebel News.
Rebel News is kind of an independent news organization. It's very, 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 very right-wing. During the pandemic, they stirred up not riots, but a lot of protests against the lockdowns and stuff. But
Freeland, how come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Why is your government supporting Islamo-nationalism? What? Excuse me. What are you doing? Arrest for assault. Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault. You're under arrest for assault. Police, you're under arrest for assault. How am I under arrest? You bumped into me. You pushed into me. I was just scrubbing. I got my credentials here, and you just bumped into me. So excuse
Police, you're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge? What is your name and your badge?
You've been told you're under arrest.
Why am I under arrest? He blocked my way. What? I was just scrumming Christian Freeland.
I'm a police officer. You're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge, you miss?
Christina Freeland, I believe she's the Deputy Prime Minister, which is just under Trudeau.
In the instant of beheading, does a person still maintain...
You think they'd buy security cameras or something?
Do you know why this guy attacked?
There's one more video I wanted to see.
By the government.
Top 5.
Hashtag take it!
Another day with the fucking...
Think of the big bells that used to be all over the world, but they destroyed all of them after World War II. why did they destroy all the bells after World War II? Because if you sit in a bell and someone hits it and it begins to resonate, you can begin to heal like that. Because sound frequency instantaneously heals the body. Similar to chanting. If you any sound effect will begin to instantly structure all the body at the same time. That's what used to happen in the cathedrals. They would ring the bells or they would play the pipe organs, and all of the cells in the body would instantaneously become structured, which would instantly heal them. But they had to get rid of the pipe organs, which are made from lead, which is interesting, and they had to get rid of the bells, because both of those can heal people. Now imagine if a bell of the size of the massive bells we were shown was ringing in a cathedral, okay? Now imagine the frequency that would come out of the cathedral into the town. You could heal the entire town instantaneously just by ringing the bell in the cathedral. They had to break all those bells. All the bells you ever look up. Just type in like bell in whatever country or city you're in, and notice how all the bells have a crack in them and they're broken.
I guess they, guess London still has a bell. Yeah, that's. Oops. London still has a bell, and it's just, and lead. A lot of it probably was melted down, or a lot of the bells were damaged during World War II. Lead probably was used for lead bullets or something like that, and brass similarly. Probably used for bullets or shells or something. But magically healing, that never worked. That never was a thing. But here's the thing. There is another source of stuff. This is part of the archive, or ARCHIV, or XIV, and it's a list of scientific papers that come out daily. The one I just showed was see, transit timing. It's about the difference in timing of planets in front of stars, and it's probably a good way to find a moon around, because the first TikTok showed like the moon, if the moon's ahead and it's it has a good mass to it compared to the planet, it could probably tug the planet a little bit ahead, or if it's behind, it could slow the planet down in the orbit just a tiny bit. So if there was a moon orbiting a planet around a star, it'd probably show up in the slow the planet in time in front and slow it or increase the speed. I haven't read this paper yet, but probably not until tomorrow morning. I'm kind of getting tired. But no, just to do a bunch of them at once and show where everything comes from, and I'm just okay. Thank you, and have a good night.